Hi, everybody. Reese Davis with you, bringing you the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 pregame show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. The Fighting Illini have felt the brunt of this losing streak, not only on the field and in film sessions with the coaches, but pretty much everywhere on campus. You fall into a losing streak like this, and it really just takes the energy and drains the air out of the whole place. They need to get something to go right, and it would be very beneficial if that happened early in this game. We've done all we can do here. Time to tee it up. Let's send it out to Brad and Kirk for the call. David and I will be with you at halftime.
Here in the state capital of Lincoln, Nebraska for this matchup.
Week 7 of the college football season is underway as the Nebraska Cornhuskers look to get back to winning ways after a disappointing outing against Northwestern. I had a lot of hope for this season going into that Northwestern game, but after seeing that, I am worried for the future of this season. We really struggled against an average to poor Northwestern side. Now we're taking on an Illinois team that is without a win, and on their first play, they find a completion for 21 yards. This is an Illinois team that I expect to go with the run more often than the pass. That is the strength of this offense. Their quarterback, a very good runner, as is their running back, but the quarterback, not an exceptional passer, even though he did have a 21-yard pass on the first play. After a gain for nothing, it's a 5-yard gain on second down, and it's going to make it 3rd and 6. Based on the perceived talent of this Illinois offense, this is the kind of situation that the Nebraska defense wants to be in, forcing them to throw the ball. 3rd and 6, and he's going to throw, and it's actually dropped. The pass was on target. The receiver couldn't bring it down. He might have been able to be stopped short, but it would have been close. Unfortunately, for Illinois at least, he drops it, and they're forced to punt. Great first drive for the Nebraska defense. Now, what can we see from this offense? In non-conference play, the offense looked very good, but in the last game, at the start of Big Ten play, they were absolutely awful. Hopefully, they can put in a good performance today. 1st and 10, and the wide receiver is going to come in motion. That's Brian Donaldson. But it's going to be the running back, Jake Pierce, who gets the carry on a little counter play. He's going to break 1 tackle and get a gain of 7 on 1st down. That makes it 2nd and 3, and they're going to line up in the pistol still with 2 tight ends on the right side of the formation. And it's going to be Jake Pierce once again with a handoff up the middle, and he gets a solid gain, 11 yards for Jake Pierce, giving them a new set of downs and bringing them close to midfield. The running game started pretty well for Nebraska last game as well, like it had pretty much all of last season. But the defense adjusted, and they just stopped being able to run the ball, and the passing game wasn't good enough to pull them out of it. Hopefully, we don't face some kind of troubles this game. 1st and 10, 3 wide receivers on the field, but it's going to be Jake Pierce once again, this time looking for the edge on a little stretch route, and he's got it, and he's got another 11 yards. Nebraska's offense looking pretty good driving down the field. They've yet to face a 3rd down. 1st and 10, they're going to come out in shotgun for the first time. 3 wide receivers on the field. Brian Donaldson slots to the left-hand side. And it's going to be a play-action pass to Will Nixon, who's going to catch it and get 16 yards. Great first drive for the Nebraska offense. On this 1st down, Ramir Johnson is going to check into the game for the first time in the backfield with Pierce. And it's going to be a handoff. No, it's a triple option. And the quarterback's going to take it himself. That's Jeff Holland. He's going to break a tackle. And another. Jeff Holland showing some strength and getting another 11-yard run. Nebraska have comfortably driven the entire length of the field, but now they face their first 3rd down, and it's 3rd and 7. Bunch to the right-hand side from shotgun. Jeff Holland's going to throw. It's going to be a 4-man rush. He's going to find his running back out of the backfield. Jake Pierce. Can he get enough for the 1st down? Not quite. Just short. It's 4th and inches. They've got a decision to make. 4th and inches, and Nebraska are going for it. They've had a good drive so far. They don't want to have it end with just 3 points. They want all 7. Ramir Johnson is going to take his spot in the backfield. Jake Pierce gets a little bit of a breather from shotgun, and Ramir Johnson's going to get the carry, and he's not going to get there. He doesn't get the 1st down. Number 5, the linebacker, immediately got straight through the line, and Ramir Johnson didn't really stand a chance there. Poor blocking by the offensive line. They drove the entire length of the field for nothing. A terrible finish to the drive for the Nebraska offense, but the defense is able to get the 3 and out, and Illinois stays in the shadow of their own end zone, and so the offense is going to get the ball back in good field position. On 1st and 10, it's going to be a handoff to Jake Pierce up the middle. He gets 8. 2nd and 2 now. They're going to come out trips to the left-hand side. And it's going to be Jake Pierce once again who gets the carry up the middle. He's got a big lane and he breaks the tackle. And he gets 13. 1st and 10. And it's going to be a throw on 1st down. It's going to be a blitz for Illinois. And he's got a receiver in the end zone. It's Rodney Jennings. They don't turn it over on downs this time. They make up for their mistake. And they get in the end zone and get 7. And it's Rodney Jennings who gets the touchdown. In the end, the offense isn't forced to pay for their failure on 4th down. They get in the end zone and take the lead 7-0. Now Illinois are going to have the ball back. And on 1st down, they're going to look to run the ball. They spread them out and look to run up the middle. And they get a good gain, 8 yards. That sets them up in 2nd and 2. And with the ability this team has running the ball with their quarterback and running back, they'll be hard to stop in these situations unless they decide to throw for it, which they're going to. And they're going to look for the running back out of the backfield. And that is not what they needed. A 2nd and 2 turns into a 3rd and 7 after a loss of 5 on an attempted swing pass. That feels like something you'd see from this Nebraska offense, putting themselves in a good situation only to put themselves in an awful situation. Now 3rd and 7. There's no pressure on the Illinois quarterback, and he's going to look long, and he's going to be intercepted. He tries for the big play, and it's picked off, and he's going to bring it back to about the 40-yard line. That was the starting free safety, Miles Farmer, with the pick. Now the offense has the ball right back, 1st and 10 in decent field position. Amir Johnson's going to be in the backfield, but it's going to be Jake Pierce who gets the carry up the middle, and Illinois look like they're keying in on the run now. We've been in these kind of situations many times over the past 2 years where the defense starts to key in on the running game, and we know it takes a competent passing game to get them out of it. But can we do that? Can we establish a competent passing game? 2nd and 10, and we're going to look to throw. He's going to look for his man on the route, and it's number 87. That is Chris Hickman, the number 2 tight end, on the little out route to the corner, and he gets it. He is wide open. He gets a big gain. No gain on 1st down, makes it 2nd and 10. They're going to come out, trips to the right-hand side. Jeff Holland probably looking to throw once again. They're keying in on this running game. They need to establish a consistent passing game. He's going to find his tight end on the flats, and he's going to get the 1st down. Rodney Jennings got the touchdown earlier. He catches this and turns it upfield for a gain of 16. Jeff Holland right now just taking what the defense gives him, and that's what he needs to do. Doesn't mean he can just check it down every single play, but when you've got a guy wide open with plenty of green grass ahead of him, get him the ball and let him work. 1st and 10, they're going to come out 4 wide. Wide receivers in tight, though. And it's going to be another throw and another blitz from Illinois, but he's going to find his man on the out route. That is Will Nixon with his 2nd reception, this one for 8 yards. This drive right here is how you're able to reestablish a running game that has stopped working. 2nd and 2 now, and it's going to be Jake Pearson once again up the middle. And he's going to get a big gain and nearly gets into the end zone. He gets a gain of 7, sets him up in 1st and goal from about the 2-yard line. On 1st and goal, they're going to come out in the pistol. 2 tight ends and 2 wide receivers on the field. Jake Pierce in the backfield, and he's going to get the ball, and he might get it in the end zone. He does. It's a 2-yard carry, and it's their 2nd touchdown of the game. It puts them up 14-0. We are seeing the most complete game we've seen from this Nebraska team in Big Ten play. They are playing well on both sides of the ball. On 1st and 10, it was a tackle for loss, a loss of 2. And on 2nd and 12, they're going to hand it to their wide receiver on the little end around, and he's going to get 6. But it's still 3rd down and 6 to go. Can their defense force yet another punt? 3rd and 6 for this Illinois offense. Wide receivers are in tight, and he's going to look to throw. He's going to look for his man in the flats, and he's going to drop it. It's another drop from an Illinois receiver, but I don't think it would have mattered. He would have been tackled immediately. They would not have gotten the 1st down, and they would still have been forced to punt. It's another 3 and out. Another great drive for the Nebraska defense as they force another 3 and out. The offense has the ball back with a chance to put them up 3 scores. 1st and 10, it's going to be Jake Pierce who gets carried towards the outside, and he's going to get 4. That puts them past the 50-yard line, and now it's 2nd and 6. Shotgun, wide receivers bunched to the right-hand side. And Jeff Holland's going to look to throw. It's going to be a blitz from Iowa, but they are not getting there. It's another completion, this one to Rodney Jennings for the 1st down. So far, Jeff Holland's having his best passing game of his career. He's yet to throw an incompletion, and he's already nearly 100 yards passing. 1st and 10 after that 1st down completion, and it's going to be a carry for Jake Pierce on a little counter run from shotgun, and he's going to get a big gain. It's another gain of over 12 yards. I think I might have been 13, 14, 15 yards. And it's another 1st down. 2nd and 11 now, and they're going to stay in shotgun. 3 wide receivers in the field. Brian Donaldson slot to the left-hand side. And it's going to be another throw for Jeff Holland. No blitz for Illinois this time, but he's going to find his running back out of the backfield. He's going to fight for more yardage. He's eventually going to get taken down, but not after he gains 13 and a new set of downs. Big Ten play has seemed to be our kryptonite, but we are firing on all cylinders today. 1st and 10, and Ramir Johnson's going to be in the backfield as well. Looks like it might be a blitz for Illinois, though, and they're going to look to throw on it. It is a heavy blitz, and he's going to find his receiver, Brian Donaldson. They're able to beat the blitz with the quick slants, and he finds his top receiver, Brian Donaldson, with what might be his first catch of the game, and it gives him another 7 points and puts him up 3 scores. This has looked like a completely different team from the one we saw last week against Northwestern. This has looked more like the offense offense and defense we saw to start the season, but they might have been even better so far today. First and 10 is going to be an attempted screen for Illinois, and they don't go anywhere. An incompletion on second down makes it 3rd and 10. Illinois' offense in another bad situation. I thought they would lean more on their quarterback running the ball today, but that's not been the case. They've trusted him to throw the ball, and they've just had normal handoffs, and it's just not worked for them. 8 yards on 3rd down, and they were going to punt. I thought they might go for this. Do they realize they're down 3 scores? So the Nebraska offense gets the ball back, and with the way they've been playing, Illinois have to be worried about going into halftime with the game already over. 1st and 10, and it's going to be Jake Pierce who gets the carry, but they're still selling out for the run, and they hit him in the backfield. That kind of play by the defense works when we can't throw the ball, but we've not shown that we can't throw the ball today. We've thrown the ball better than we might maybe ever have. 2nd and 11, and it's going to be on Jeff Holland to get the first down. 4-man rush, and for the first time today, he panics and gets sacked for loss of 7 yards. Almost everything has gone right for Nebraska so far today, but they're finally in their first difficult situation. 3rd and 18. Tough for any offense to try to convert. Jeff Holland, can he do it? Bunch to the right-hand side. And he's not going to have much time, but he is going to look downfield. And, oh, he found his man, but he dropped it. He should have had that. That was an easy completion and an easy first down. But instead, he drops it, and we're forced to punt. It was Wyatt Lure with the costly drop. Catching the football is literally the only thing he can do. So if he can't even do that, he doesn't deserve a place on the field. Now Illinois, after that big break, have the ball back. And on first down, it's a big gain, 20 yards. This looked like it was about to be pretty much game over, but instead, Illinois might get back into this. They might only be down 2 scores after this drive. And on 1st and 10, they're going to look to throw. Quarterback was under center. He looks downfield towards the end zone, and he's nearly intercepted. They got to be holding on to that. Nebraska have butterfingers right now. That makes it 2nd and 10. They're going to come out bunch to the left-hand side, and they're going to look to throw once again. He's going to have time, and he's going to find a receiver wide open. He gets behind the defense, and he gets in the end zone. Just like that, it's a 2-score game. So is this where it all falls apart? Because it kind of feels like this is where it's all starting to fall apart. Both offense and defense with their worst drive of the game back-to-back, both with massive drops, so it would have made a huge difference. 1st and 10, they need to drive down the field and put this back to a 3-score game. Jeff Holland's going to look to throw. It's going to be a 4-man rush, and he's going to take off. I don't understand. He didn't do this the first 4 drives of the game, but now all he does is run into pressure. The way this team can both look amazing and absolutely dreadful at the flip of a coin is actually almost impressive. 2nd and 14. They have a lot to do if it's not going to be a 1-score game. They do find a completion to Rodney Jennings for 10 yards, but it's still 3rd down. 3rd and 4, and they really need to convert this. There is only 20 seconds left, so hopefully if they don't get it, Illinois won't have enough time. It's going to be bunched to the right-hand side. Jeff Holland's going to look to throw. He's going to take off himself, but at least he doesn't run directly into pressure. Actually finds a big lane. It's a great scramble for Jeff Holland. He gets 27 yards. They don't have much time, though, and they only have 1 timeout, so they're going to get some big plays. 1st and 10, trips to the right-hand side, and they're going to look to throw. Jeff Holland, that's not a big play. That is a dump-off for 8 yards, and they're going to have to call their last timeout. Only 8 seconds remaining. 2nd and 2, but with only 8 seconds left, it's either the end zone or a field goal, pretty much. They cannot afford to take a sack. You hear me, Jeff Holland? You cannot take a sack. 2nd and 2, they're going to look to throw. Jake Pierce is going to stay in the block, and he takes a sack. And with that, they get no points. It's really unbelievable. I was ready to go to the beach and relax, but now I am terrified that we're going to blow this because we have looked absolutely awful in the last 2 drives for the offense and the last drive for the defense. 1st and 10, can we run the ball? We haven't been able to for a while. It's going to be Jake Pierce at the middle. It's the best run we've gotten for a while. It wasn't a scramble. 9 yards. Jake Pierce is able to get enough to move the chain, so it's 1st and 10 for this Nebraska offense. They're going to come out with the tight end, Rodney Jennings, in the backfield. He's going to go in motion to the left-hand side, and it's going to be a play action. He fakes the handoff, and he's going to look downfield. He's got his man near the sideline, and it's Brian Donaldson. He catches it, and he gets a good gain. It's about 17 yards. Once again, the offense is in a very bad position. 3rd and 12. They've been able to complete these before if they just caught the ball. Now, can the receivers catch? And can Jeff Holland not run into pressure or just get sacked? 3rd and 12. It's going to be a blitz from Illinois. He's going to have to get it out fast, and he does, and he finds his man. Rodney Jennings has been his release valve all day long. He's always looking his way. It looks like Illinois are just selling out for the run on every single play. Well, we've been getting guys wide open, and Jeff Holland's been able to throw accurately, so maybe you should try something different. 1st and 10, 2 tight ends on the field from shotgun. And it's going to be a play-action pass. He fakes it to Jake Pierce, and he's going to look for his tight end once again. Near the sideline, he's going to fight for more yards. He gets 6. Jake Pierce is able to move the chains once again, so it's another new set of downs at the 15-yard line. On 1st down, bunch to the right-hand side, and Nebraska going to look to throw. Only a 2-man rush for Illinois, and Jeff Holland's going to take off himself, and he's going to power through a man and look to see if he can get into the end zone. He can't quite get there, but he still gets another 1st down, and they're back in 1st and goal. Jake Pierce is stopped on 1st down, so now it's 2nd and goal. From shotgun, 2 tight ends and 2 wide receivers on the field. And Jeff Holland's going to call his own number. A little quarterback power run, and it doesn't work. He actually loses a yard. 1st and goal from the 2-yard line turns into 3rd and goal from about the 4-yard line. Not ideal. 3rd and goal. Nebraska really need to get in the end zone. Trip to the right-hand side, staying in a shotgun look. And it's going to be a throw. Jeff Holland's going to see if he can do it with his arm. And it goes off of a face mask of their tight end, Rodney Jennings. That's just how things are going right now. Nebraska opts to take the points. So now it is back to a 3-score lead, even if it is only 17 and not 21. Illinois are going to have the ball back, though, and their offense has played really well of late. A play-action pass on 1st down. He's going to look for his man near the sideline, and he's got it, and he cuts up for a big gain. It's about 15 yards for Casey Washington. The defense started this game on fire, but the past couple of drives, they have really struggled. 1st and 10 for Illinois. It's going to be another throw from a bunch look, and he's going to find Casey Washington once again, this time for 8. 2nd and 2, and Illinois are going to come out in a heavy package. Tight end, fullback, and running back in the backfield. But they're still going to throw. No, it's going to be a delayed handoff. And it doesn't work. They lose 2 yards. Sets them up 3rd and 4. The whole playbook is still probably available to Illinois here in this situation. They're going to come out in shotgun, 3 wide receivers, and it's going to be a throw. He's not going to have any pressure, but the throw is offline, and it's going to be incomplete. They could still go for this, but they have punted in these situations before, and it looks like they're going to punt again. Illinois showing a lot of faith in their defense, and I'm not totally sure it's warranted. Nebraska have the ball back, 1st and 10. They're coming out in a pistol look with the bunch to the right-hand side. And on 1st down, Jeff Holland's going to look to throw. It's a 5-man rush. Jeff Holland's going to take off. He gets a little bit of yardage, 5 yards on the scramble. Jake Pierce is able to run for the 1st, so it's a new set of downs for Nebraska, 1st and 10. On 1st down, they're going to be in shotgun this time, 2 tight ends on the field. And Jeff Holland's going to look to throw. He's going to look for his man near the sideline, and he finds him. It's Brian Donaldson. He stopped just short of the 1st down. Jake Pierce is able to move the chains once again. So now it's 1st and 10 once again for this Nebraska offense. They're starting to drive. Brian Donaldson, slot left, is going to come in motion into the backfield. And it's going to be a triple option, and it's going to be pitched to Brian Donaldson. He's got some space in front of him. He gets a big gain. It's 13 yards for the wide receiver, Brian Donaldson. The Nebraska offense showing a little bit of variance this drive, trying to switch things up a little bit to keep the running game and the passing game working. 1st and 10, they're going to come out 4 wide. And Jeff Holland's going to look to throw on 1st down. He's got his man on the crossing route. It's Brian Donaldson once again. He gets 4. Nothing doing on 2nd down. So now it's 3rd and 7. And they really want to get a conversion here because they're not quite in field goal range. Bounce to the right-hand side. Jeff Holland's going to look to throw. It's going to be a 4-man rush. He's going to get it out, and he's going to find his receiver. But the defender's going to knock it loose. Technically another drop for a Nebraska wide receiver. And they might be forced to punt. But no, they're not going to punt. They're going to go for it. On the 40-yard line, they decide the net punt won't be worth it. So they're going to see if they can get this 1st down. 4th and 7, and Jeff Holland's going to look to throw. He's going to find his man. It's Brian Donaldson, and with the broken tackle, he's going to get enough for the 1st down. If he didn't break that 1st tackle, he was going to be stopped short. A big play by a good receiver. 2nd and 9, they're going to come out trips to the left-hand side, and Jeff Holland's going to look to throw. He's going to look for his man on the crossing route, and he finds him. Wyatt Lure this time holds on to it. And he gets the 1st down with his 1st reception of the game. 1st and 10, and the wide receivers are going to be in tight. Jake Pierce in the backfield is going to get, he's going to get the handoff. He's going to be a play action. He's going to find his man. It's Wyatt Lure once again. And he nearly drags the defender into the end zone. It's a gain of 16. That puts him down to the 1-yard line. They were in a similar situation earlier, and they couldn't get in the end zone. Can they do better this time? 1st and goal, they're even a little bit closer. They're going to come out in the Maryland I. They ain't messing around. And it's going to be Jake Pierce who gets the carry, and he forces his way into the end zone. That is a big touchdown for Nebraska, and that might just put this game to bed. Illinois are going to get the ball back, but they've got a lot to do. It's going to be only throwing from now you would expect from Illinois. They are going to throw on first down. Nebraska have done well for the fact they've not gotten any pressure. They don't have any sacks and barely any quarterback hits. 2nd and 5, and they're going to come out with the quarterback under center, but 3 wide receivers are on the field. The tight end's going to go in motion to the right-hand side. This still should be a throw, and it is. He's going to drop back and find his tight end on the crossing route. It's Daniel Barker. He gets 8. Looks like Nebraska made some defensive subs, and they're playing a little bit soft on this drive with this big lead. Illinois, tight end's going to go in motion once more to the right-hand side. Very similar look, and it's going to be another throw, but it's not Barker that gets, actually it is Barker that gets the ball once again. This time not across the middle. He goes towards the sideline, and he's wide open. 2nd and 10 now. Looks like it's only 3 down line for Nebraska. 4 aren't getting there, so why send 4? The tight end is going to go in motion once again, and it's going to be a pump fake for the quarterback, and he's going to look to throw, but it is massively off target. I don't even know who that was to. 3rd and 10 now. You'd think they'd have 2 drives to get this first down. They should not be punting it. Quarterback's going to look to throw on 3rd down. It's going to be a 3-man rush once again for Nebraska. He's going to have all the time in the world. He's going to find his receiver. He's just short of the sticks, but he gets enough for a pretty comfortable 4th down attempt. And on 4th and 1, it looks like Nebraska are expecting a run. 2 wide receivers and 2 tight ends on the field for Illinois. And it is going to be a run up the middle. And he's actually going to look to cut it to the edge. He's going to have a lot of space. He's going to break 1 tackle, and he's going to move the chains. An incompletion on 1st down makes it 2nd and 10. They're going to come out under center, bunch to the right-hand side. This still should be another throw, and it is. Only a 3-man rush for Nebraska. He's going to have all the time in the world, but he can't find an open receiver. He finds a Nebraska defender instead, and he's going to return it. And he's going to get a big play. That should officially seal it. It's Quentin Newsom with the pick. Another big interception for the Nebraska defense. Now their offense has the ball back. An incompletion on 1st down makes it 2nd and 10. Jeff Holland is getting close to his first 300-yard passing game, and it looks like they want to get it for him. 2nd and 10, they're going to look to throw. This isn't running up the score. This is trying to get Jeff Holland 300 yards. And he's going to find his receiver, Xavier Betts, for the 1st down. It's 12. He's a little bit closer. 1st and 10. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left on the clock. Wide receivers are in tight, and it's going to be a blitz for Illinois. He's going to find his receiver on the crossing route once again. It is Alante Brown with might be his first reception of the game and of the season, and he gets 12 yards. Jeff Holland is clearly feeling it today. He has been throwing the ball very well. 1st and 10 near midfield, getting even closer to 300 yards. And he's going to look to throw. No, he's going to look to take off. He's got a lot of green in front of him, and he's going to scramble. This might stop him from hitting 3 yards on this drive, but he doesn't care. He sees some big rushing yards, and he gets them. A very good run by Jeff Holland. But it looks like we might need to get the ball back if we're going to get him to 300 passing yards. He needs 25 yards to get to 300. He's not going to get it on this drive, unfortunately. 1st and 10, and they're going to be throwing the ball once again. 2 tight ends on the field. And, well, he doesn't get it. Instead, it looks like he might throw his 3rd pick 6 of the season, but he's able to get back and make the tackle. Unfortunate to throw an interception, but if you're ever going to throw one, this is kind of the situation to do it. The game's pretty much already over. Still would prefer to not have that interception on his record. Maybe he's just giving the defense an opportunity to intercept one of their own once again, and then he can have the ball back with plenty of space to get his 300 yards. Big brain. Unless they just drive down the field and complete every pass, which they do on 1st down for a big gain to Isaiah Williams. On 2nd and 5, they're going to go 5 wide, 3 to the left-hand side. It's going to be a 4-man rush this time for Nebraska, and he's going to have a wide open receiver. It is the backup tight end, Luke Ford, who gets 17 and puts him in 1st and goal. 2nd and goal. They're going to have a bunch to the left-hand side, looking to get into the end zone. Tight end's going to motion out wide. They might be throwing here. They are. It's a 4-man rush, and they all get taken to the ground, and it's intercepted. It looks like they were going to get in the end zone again, but instead it's another interception. The 3rd of the game for the Nebraska defense. It was Will Honus, the middle linebacker, who picked him off. His coverage is not really his game, but he does a good job there, and he brings it down. And now Jeff Holland has plenty of space to get to that 300 passing yards. Bunch to the right-hand side. They're going to look to throw. It's going to be a 5-man rush. He's going to look near the sideline. Apparently, he doesn't want 300 yards. Apparently, he just wants to continue throwing interceptions. It is 3 drives and 3 interceptions, and 2 interceptions in a row. Now Illinois are going to have the ball right back. 1st and 10. He's going to find his receiver over the middle, and he is wide open, and he nearly breaks the tackle and gets into the end zone. It's 20 yards for Illinois and Chase Brown. Can Illinois get into the end zone and make things look a little bit better? They're going to give it to the running back, and he's going to do just that. He finds an open lane, and he gets in the end zone. He gets them their 2nd touchdown of the game. Fortunately for them, it's too little, too late. They are going to go for 2, though. If they get 2 more touchdowns with 2 more, 2-point conversions, including getting this one, then it'll only be a 3-score game. But it doesn't look like they're going to get this one. Quarterback finally gets pressured for what feels like the first time the entire game, and he goes down. So it's still a 3-score game. 3rd and 7. If you want 300 yards, it's now or never, Jeff. Bunch to the right-hand side, and he's going to look to throw. Is he going to throw it? He is downfield and nearly intercepted for the 3rd time in the 3rd consecutive drive. What is going on with Jeff Holland right now? 4th and 7, and we're going for it. I really want him to get 300 yards if he obviously doesn't. 4th and 7. Come on, Jeff. You need 25 yards. Get a first down, and we can still do this. 3 to the right-hand side, and he's going to look to throw, and he's going to get sacked. I've never seen anyone care less about getting 300 passing yards. He's gotten 25 yards away and then been absolutely incompetent ever since. It's actually impressive. Ultimately, it's not going to matter, but I just freaking want a 300-yard passer. Is that too much to ask? Apparently, it is. 5 seconds left. Basically, no matter what happens here, the game's over. They're looking downfield, and they're going to complete it, but it's too little, too late. The game is over. Nebraska gets the win. It looks a little closer than it was, but it was still a good performance by Nebraska until they absolutely went to crap during the last 5 minutes. I don't know how to feel about this game. Illinois are obviously very, very bad, but we did look pretty good through certain stretches, but there were also some pretty short stints in where we looked absolutely awful like we did last week, including there at the very end where Jeff Holland seemed incapable of throwing for 25 passing yards. Literally incapable. He took about 4 sacks and threw 2 interceptions, and it still should have been 3 interceptions. Just insane. I thought we did pretty well running the ball today. Obviously, we started the game running pretty well, but we always do. But the passing game started to be a little bit efficient, so it got the running game going once again. Jake Pierce averaging 5.3 yards per carry with 2 touchdowns. Jeff Holland with 67 yards. But if you factor in the 7 sacks he took, he would have been over 100 without those sacks. Amir Johnson just couldn't get going today. He had a few carries, but he did nothing with them, so he didn't really get many more. And Brian Donaldson with his 1 carry got 13 yards. Receiving wise, one of the quietest games for Brian Donaldson, but he's still tied for the lead in receptions, but for the first time, he didn't leave them in yards. This time it was Rodney Jennings, who seemed to be everywhere on the field and catching everything, while Brian Donaldson had 2 drops. Defensively, for the most part, I felt like we were really good today, other than a couple drives where we really struggled, but most of those were towards the end after I made some subs and the defense had already clearly checked out. But some big interceptions. When they got the hand on the ball, they picked it. But still, no pressure whatsoever against a pretty bad offensive line for Illinois. And still, they barely sniffed the quarterback. We are still struggling without having basically any pass rush. It might be one of the worst in college football. But I did note the 3 interceptions we got. Honas, Farmer, and Newsom with them. Pretty good job by our secondary today. Even with all the yards and the points our offense put up, I'm still a little worried about our 3rd down conversion percentage. Only 3 of 8 is nowhere close to good enough. But fortunately, our defense was really good on 3rd down as well, stopping Illinois from only 1 of 8. So we did a little bit better, but still, we should be doing a lot better than that, especially against a bad, winless Illinois team. I'm really glad to get that win, especially with it coming in Big Ten play. But dang, this sure team finds a way to make any comfortable victory seem a little worrying. We really dominated Illinois today in pretty much every phase, but there were moments where we just looked absolutely terrible, and that is worrying for the season to come because Illinois are the worst team we're going to face the rest of the season, and that's not even much of a question. Up next, we have Kentucky, our last match against non-Big Ten competition, but they're 4-1, and so they're a good team, obviously. Number 7, Michigan, that's going to be near on impossible. And then probably the easiest game remaining against 1-4 Minnesota, but Illinois are probably still worse than Minnesota. And then a 1-4 Penn State, who you can kind of ignore the record. They're Penn State. They're better than that, I'm sure. They must have had a pretty tough start to their season. Let's see their schedule so far. They lost to Temple. That's not great. But other than that, they played FSU. Is that Georgia Southern? Did they lose to Georgia Southern? Okay, maybe they're not as good as I thought. They're still better than Illinois. And then Indiana, who are 2-3, Michigan State, who are number 8, and then Iowa, who are 2-2. And we know how good they can be, even though we did sneak out a win last year. Next up, we've got a rematch of our bowl game from last season, in which we were able to beat Kentucky. But this year, we are traveling to Kentucky to take them on, and they'll be looking to get a little bit of revenge. We typically do pretty well playing out of conference, and we're coming off a good win, and for the most part, a good performance against Illinois. So you'd think I'd be confident. Not quite. I still don't fully trust this team. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials and my Twitch are in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.